My parents divorced when I was 3, and my brother was 14 months old. So this meant that my grandma was going to co-parent with my mom to raise us. We live in the same house, and my brother was her favorite. My grandma was a character, you know. She faced a lot of difficulties throughout her life. Her dad died of pneumonia when she was 4. A few years later, she and her sister got scarlet fever and were treated with colloidal silver, which is a substitute of antibiotics. She ended up deaf because of that treatment, and her sister didn't survive. She married my grandfather. They had 3 children, and the youngest one died of measles at the age of 2. Later on, my grandfather had a stroke. He got paralyzed from the right side of his body, and he was disabled to work for life. My grandma and her mom, they work hard and support the family. And despite all these things, she was the woman with a great sense of humor, the strongest faith, always helping others and not caring about herself, just giving. But I was raised by her, and I was raised with ideas from the 19th century, meaning she wanted me to have the same ideas and values that she grew up with. So, for example, she wanted me to be the queen of embroidery, while I was very interested of being outside climbing trees or in the mud with my brother and my cousin. I was the only girl of her 3 grandchildren. So this was tough, especially when I became a teenager and I started going out with boys who were pursuing me or who were my boyfriends, and they were inviting me to the movies. She will say something like, "Don't go to the movies with him. They turn off the lights." I was like, okay. But my mother will always allow me to go to places. She grew up going with her mother to dance parties until she married. And she was expecting me to do the same, which in the 80s was like not the proper thing. And my mother will not do it. She was like, no way. But then I learned how to sell her the idea that I was going to a safe place, that it was okay to go. So for example, I grew up in Mexico City, and there was this club called Magic Circus. And my grandma was positive that I was going every other weekend to a circus. It was just as good, you know? When I finished college, my mother popped a bottle of champagne to celebrate this emotional moment. And we were toasting and celebrating, and in the middle, my grandma was like, "So what are we celebrating?" And we're like, "Abue, I finished college." "Oh, congratulations. What did you study?" And I was like, "Seriously, after 4 years?" I said, "I study psychology." "So you can predict the future." I was, "Grandma, no, that's a psychic. I'm a psychologist. I actually dig on the past." Anyway. My grandma lived 10 more years after I graduated for college. She was there when my husband asked for my hand. She was there at my civil wedding. She was there at my religious wedding. And in the middle of the banquet and the party, we went, my husband and I, to say goodbye to our parents and grandparents, received the blessing while leaving to the honeymoon. So I went to my grandma and said, "Grandma, I'm leaving." "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to my honeymoon." I was like, "Do your mother know? Did she give you permission?" "I'm wearing my wedding dress. The mariachi is playing. My cousins are singing, and it's like, obviously, I got married." 2 weeks later, I came back from my honeymoon. I'm having lunch with her, and in between the soup and the stew, she asked me, "Did you like your wedding night?" I'm like, "I thought you didn't know." Anyway, she passed at the age of 97. And one day she just started to slow down, like a bonfire that starts to being like less and less and less and less. Graciously, warmly, beautifully. It took her 48 hours to depart. My mother called me. I went to her house to make her company while my mother was doing all the funerary arrangements. I sat with her. I caressed her. I thank her for all the things she gave me and made me as a woman, the woman I am today. I miss her dearly. This happened in 2005. I'm still missing her. I still miss her quirky ideas. I miss her quirky questions. And I wish she was here saying, "So, who you were talking about to those people?" Thank you so much.